Are you saying I owned it?
Yeah, you own stock in it.
Well,
That's where you filed that with the Federal Elections Commission. You own stock in Chinese Petro.
I personally didn't buy the stock.
You made millions off it, sir.
I don't think I made millions off of anything. I'd love to have made millions off of Chinese Petro. First of all,
Shanghai Shenda and Chinese Petro.
Buying a second, you may not understand this because you've never been in the private. No, you don't.
I do.
You've never been in the private sector in your
entire life. All right, gentlemen.
I've worked, sir.
Josh.
Squat.
Josh.
2 tours in Iraq. Don't tell me I haven't worked. Don't tell me I haven't worked.
You don't know squat.
It's okay, all right?
You don't know squat.
2 tours in Iraq. Don't tell me I haven't worked.
Back off, buddy. You're gonna.
You back off.
Come on.
Never. That'll happen.
Sit down.
Never.
Watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
We'll square it away with the
dealing with the wrong dude.
No, you're dealing with the wrong guy. You watch what happens. You watch what happens.
It's okay. Sit down. Come on. All right, guys.
Josh doesn't understand this because he never spent a day in the private sector.
Yeah.
But when you buy a secondary stock, when you buy a secondary stock, you aren't giving any money to the company. It's a market thing. And by the way, I don't even know I didn't even know I owned Chinese Petro, and if I did, it was being managed by U.S. Bank.
Mandel?
I told that story earlier about being at Town Hall, the bar and restaurant down the street, where I told folks that I'm going to debate Morgan Harper. She's like AOC, almost only smarter. After hearing that answer, I actually think she's like AOC, only dumber. Because the reality is, if we had universal health care in this country, it would bring down the quality of health care for every American citizen.
Would you please tell us if you support mandatory COVID vaccinations for all undocumented aliens, as well as for all children as young as 2 years old?
So we have been living with this coronavirus pandemic for almost 2 years now. That's what leadership looks like, and that's what I've been about for the entire past 2 years.
I believe the question was, are you for or against mandatory vaccines for illegal immigrants? I'm going to yield 10 seconds of my time to Morgan to answer that question. Are you for or against mandatory vaccines for illegal immigrants?
That is not a focus of what people...
Exactly. Are you for or against it?
You're
running for the United States Senate. You got to answer questions. You might have to decide this. Are you for or against mandatory vaccines for illegal immigrants?
That is not what...
Wait, who's the politician here? I'm going to ask for a third time. Are you for or against mandatory vaccines for illegal immigrants?
That's not what we're focused on right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've seen it here first. You cannot run for the United States Senate and be afraid to answer simple questions. Of course, I am strongly against vaccine mandates for our kids. I'm strongly against allowing any illegal immigrants into this country.
Would you please tell us if you support eliminating bail for poor people when they're arrested?
So I support looking at our criminal justice system holistically. It is time for us to have a U.S. Senator who is for us every single day. It's our turn, Ohio.
Morgan, for someone who's never held public office, you sound like you've been in the swamp for 30 years. The question was, in case you didn't hear it, are you for or against eliminating bail? Are you for or against eliminating bail?
You are not the moderator of this debate, okay? And so this is your time to answer questions. I just answered the question.
You don't think
now
angry.
it's your time.
You're getting very angry.
Not angry at all.
Mr. Mandel, you've got how much time roughly? 35 seconds to respond.
I'm against eliminating bail. We've seen time and time again, people get out of prison and they kill again, they rob again, they rape again. Of course we shouldn't get rid of bail. It's insane. I'll yield the rest of my time plus your 30 seconds so you can actually answer the question.
Here's the question that Ohioans really want you to answer. Why are you running for the United States Senate? What is your vision for us as a state? What is your answer to the fact that we have a 24-year-old getting killed down the street just 2 days ago?
30 seconds.
Yeah. First of all, Morgan, are you okay? Like the question was about big tech and you're talking about immigration. Are you okay? And second of all, why are you getting so angry? You don't have to get angry. The reality is these big tech companies are the enemy.
Ms. Harper.
Let's talk about what's radical and loony. That any time a black woman is standing before you and has an opinion, that somehow that suddenly becomes angry and out of line. So that's radical. And you better be prepared to have a lot of black people stating what we need and what we are advocating for in front of you and be able to do that without pulling on racist tropes, because that's what we've heard a lot of tonight. And so what the question was about was creating economic opportunity for the black community. And it should be a priority for anyone who's thinking of being in the US Senate. And
I just think it's a form of racism to say that we should have certain economic development for certain races and certain, it's just like how Joe Biden, I think it's racist where he says he's only going to nominate a black woman. How about nominating the most qualified person as possible for the Supreme Court? And if it ends up being a black woman, so be it. But let's judge people and make decisions as public policymakers based on the merit. Let's do what's best for all the people in Ohio.
We've never had a black woman on the Supreme Court. Okay.
And what if it wasn't for Joe Biden?
Okay, no more outbursts. I'm asking. Please respect the candidates. And round two.
Thank you so much
for your time. Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us this evening as well, and also online, and thank all of our technical people as well. Thank you. Drive carefully.
Good evening.
We'll shake your hand, Josh.